Corvus Glaive is out, and as much as it hurts me a bit to say this about another card release, feels kinda lackluster in my initial experience with the card. One thing that was striking to me in the games that I've played with Corvus so far is that it definitely feels difficult to consistently leverage having +1 max energy after discarding 2 cards at random from your hand. Today's deck list in the showcase is definitely the best Corvus Glaive shell that I'd played with or against, and it plays some genuinely good and fun games of Magic that pop off big with the discard shell, but I don't know that Corvus is really responsible necessarily for that pop off. The number one card in my mind that definitely feels the best with Corvus so far is Helicarrier. It's a card that you actively want to be discarding, and then it also gives us a ton of resources to really leverage that extra energy that Corvus provides. This deck list really just wants to be discarding cards in bulk. At the bottom end of the curve, we have Morbius, Collector, Mystique to copy Morbius, as well as Meek, who's definitely more important than Corvus inside of this shell as ways to reward us for just binning lots of cards. And then in addition to Corvus, we have Wong as well as MODOK, and I've tampered between Hellcow and also tried Sunspot in some of these games for more ways to get things into the bin. And then past Helicarrier, we have the obvious Swarm as well as Apocalypse as rewards for discarding our cards. At any rate, I do think this Collector discard archetype is a ton of fun, and it can be competitive when you hit your really big hands like you're going to see in some of the highlights here today. My current advice on Corvus would definitely be hold off at least a little bit to see if someone else figures out something, but so far it's definitely a pass for most people in my opinion from what we've seen early on. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, snap that like button. For the rest of the day though, have fun with some discard collector action. Glaive gameplay from our opponent here, just like had 6 energy on turn 4, played a 2-drop. It's like what a wondrous Marvel Snap card they have executed. At least they got to use almost all of their energy that turn, huh? Not quite all of it, because never, but most of it. Okay, if we draw Modokerson, we might have a real shot here. Ah, yes! Devil Dinosaur. I mean, obviously they're a Helicarrier deck, right? Is the reason why they're doing this, but man, is that funny. What if I do this? Or is this better?
Are ye worthy?
Oh, it fills their hand. Clever. Slick. Good. That's pretty good. Wait, do we beat him anyways? I think we win, right? Got him!
Victory.
The +1 energy is the least relevant part of the card. Yeah, I think I agree with that, Kyle. I think it's so hard to consistently leverage having extra energy once you're down a bunch of cards in hand, right? I think the card requires Swarm at the moment. And so far, this is the only deck I've played Corvus in where I'm not like, man, this just seems bad. Red Hulk will love Corvus. I would be kind of shocked if people are still playing with Corvus by the time Red Hulk releases. Unless his text box changes dramatically.
Oh, snap.
And because my mama didn't raise no coward, I'm gonna snap before Corvus flips up. At the same time though, we played against the Hella Sandman deck, and the person we were playing into discarded, had like 6 energy on turn 4 and like played a 2-drop. Did not seem particularly impressive. Like this here, right? Like my play this turn is definitely Morbius.
It's clobbering time.
Well, that's the thing, Kyle. Like they're not playing that type of an effect instead of Electro. They're playing that type of effect in addition to Electro. They're playing Corvus in their deck as a way to add redundancy. And then because of the incredibly annoying and awkward way that discarding left to right works in this game, the fact that they put 2 cards into Machine World and made us discard them meant that I got 2 less swarms here. Which I guess we got 2 more on the Morbius, but it's really annoying that they cut us off of. They cut us off of that. We have priority here, so anything they play into the Machine World grows the collector at least. Accurate thing to point out. Well, they just didn't play for the Castle Blackstone. Let's see if we can win these other 2. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. that was way closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Victory. Opponent snapped.
So far, the Helicarrier change feels like it was probably in large part made to support this card. This definitely feels like the singular best thing to be doing with Corvus so far. All right, Sakar. Okay. Okay. Actually, with Corvus's energy, we could just straight draw MODOK next turn, right? Hellcow would be second best. Blade would be third best. Rocket butt. Do 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 do.
I am Apocalypse.
It is worth noting that while the extra energy obviously was worthless this game, discarding 2 cards was genuinely good. Is the thing to consider / think about.
Victory.
You don't necessarily need both parts of the card to be good all the time if either or can be good periodically. Good news is Meek won't get Fist. That's true, you know. Big true. Big true.
Opponent snapped.
Zabu and Jeff. Enchantress is probably a card we need to have on our radar here. I like starting Meek in the same location as my other payoff, because ideally we want him to not end up there. Might only discard a couple of times. If we find a copy of Swarm, this might be like a long into Mystique into just like quad MODOK angles, says local man about to be Eliath. red. Their opponent's deck's not usually a Cosmo deck, and they're actually not usually an Enchantress deck. I mean, I'm glad we had Blade, I guess. If Meek jumps right, we have priority. No, I think we're still good, right? I think this one's the game. Yeah. It's beating Goliath. Okay. Still don't feel good because they took my sweet play and they threw it in a trash can. But we won the game, I guess. Hero come back. I think I want to bin the Helicarrier with Blade here on one. The former discard enthusiast, this one's currently snapping kind of my spear. I think there's still I think Proxima has a good chance to salvage the releases this month. She's likely very good. I would be very surprised if Proxima, or sorry, if X-23 and Wolverine are good cards to play with Corvus. Well, I mean, if you're gonna twist my arm about it. The Morbiuses are about to go burr. Which we might be getting set up here for an unfortunate lesson in this deck going burr is still significantly smaller than the Destroy deck going burr. And this is, again, something I've talked about before on stream, is this kind of Shang-Chi's not optional tech card metagame that we exist in, I think in no small part is because of this deck. Okay, what if I do this turn, and then next turn we draw Meek, and then we roll the MODOK here and here? This is for the biggest high roll potential. Again, they have 64 power worth of Deadpools here.
Opponent snapped.
I'm gonna play for 8 on principle. Did you play Meek first? The order you play Meek in doesn't matter. We win the 50-50, chat. We won the 50-50, chat! Does that get us across the board? Does 6 MODOKs get us across the board? Surely 6 MODOKs is enough, gamers. And they said we couldn't out-linear the Destroy deck. No wonder I can't get Sunspot boosters. Jeff is hoarding them all. Accurate.
Opponent snapped.
First impressions on Corvus so far. Another Marvel Snap card that probably doesn't meaningfully impact the game in the long term. It's like bounce. I should spend my tokens on it. Got it. Exactly. Hate cards like that, impactful, nice to have, needs a buff. I mean, if you watch any of my tier list videos, that system's a pretty good / meaningful. So I'm just doing this, and the next turn we'll have stuff. I don't think I'm shanging. I don't want Apocalypse. This for next turn. Shang the middle, and then I hope that 15's enough to pull it out. Biznar, thank you for the primer, appreciate it. Oh my gosh, they shanged us on the right? Nice, man. That still beats us though, huh? No, it doesn't! Alright, sick. Sometimes lucky rubber ducky.
Victory.
Great, my brain was too slow to do the math that they were doing there. Output range and I sequenced my cards in the correct manner is really what I love about this game. And it feels like that style of gameplay has really been lacking the last few seasons. The games aren't won by inches, the games are won by miles with your tech card or a 40 power blob or other things like that. Speaking of things that are huge like a 40 power blob, holy gift subs, just a per with the 14 gifted subs. That's incredibly generous. Hope life's treating you all out there. Thanks for making my afternoon a bit better. Thanks, I tried, AB. I like MODOK Mindscape. Yeah, maybe if we could find a Wong, MODOK Mindscape is good. If we can't find a Wong, we're just passing them a handful of helicarrier cards, right? But I was talking with Lauren whatevs in a thread back and forth on Twitter, and genuinely, I think a push towards Alliance and blobs and cards of that nature is almost assuredly explicitly intentional, because the types of gamers that I was making fun of there are, with certainty, a big part of the people that play games like this, and making it so the game is more accessible to people that want to just slam one card is something that helps bring those players in that play at a more casual level. I don't think having those types of effects be good for the game is bad. The problem is that you can't just have those kinds of effects be good, or you lose players like myself in terms of feeling like there's something good or interesting or worth doing here. Is there a way to balance both styles of gameplay? Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. And like, again, and this is something that's not uncommon, but one of the harder things to manage in Marvel Snap as a game, and one of the things that's like made Marvel Snap good for a long time, is those regular balance passes. And one of the things that, like, basically every time Marvel Snap has like a medium couple of weeks or a month or whatever, I can basically always look at what's happening during that time period, and for some reason or another, they decided to do less balance passes during that time period. Like, I would like 0%. I do not think it is an accident that every single time I'm like, man, Staff's been kind of medium lately. The reason why it was kind of medium was because there hadn't been a balance pass in a while. They had the Enchantress that didn't play it is interesting. This beats Shang, right? Because we won regardless of where we went there. Again, I'm not even sure that Corvus is good in this style of discard deck. So like, if you like this style of deck, I would not recommend pulling for him yet. But Meek is definitely very, very good. This card is stellar. If you enjoy this Morbius, Collector, Wong, Modok, like non-Hela discard deck, this is a very good pickup. This card has been 10 power just all day, basically. It's very good at hitting double digits. And on 1 energy, that's so premium. That's all. Snap the like button if you'd be so kind, and check back in again tomorrow for another highlight.